Hi everyone, welcome to the new Would You Rather, the 41st video since last week's milestone video. So, I'm sure you already know the rest. Top 5 when we hit 130. So, let's do it. Would you rather... What? Would you rather be a manly woman or a womanly man? A womanly man. 63% says they'd rather be a manly woman and 37% says they'd rather be a womanly man. So this is how we start, huh? Weird looking. Give us a weird looking gender choice or gender decision or something. That's just plain awkward. Would you rather live around a noisy neighbor or a nosy neighbor? Well, a noisy neighbor, I guess. 60% says they'd rather live around a noisy neighbor, and 40% says they'd rather live around a nosy one. Well, we have neighbors with noisy dogs. You know, Nala back here and Bo and Bruce right there. Yeah, Jax can take care of them. Would you rather be Batman or Superman? Superman. Wow, 30% says Batman, 62% says Superman. Yeah, I guess being Superman isn't all that bad. There's no problem with it. Would you rather be a professional athlete or a famous actor? A famous actor. 44% says they'd rather be a professional athlete, and 56% says they'd rather be a famous actor. Well, me, well, my dreams of becoming a professional athlete are already out the window. I guess being a famous actor would be a perfect opportunity since I'm always acting out, faking it. Well, you know how it is. Would Here you go again, putting that X there. Seriously? They seriously need to stop putting that X there where the green dot is. And here comes my mother. Just waiting for her to go into her office. Okay, would you rather have no internet for a day or have no food and water for a day? Internet. 81% says they'd rather have no internet for a day, and 19% says they'd rather have no food and water for a day. Seriously? How you get on social media? And, and how are you gonna do online gaming? Well, as long as it's for a day and maybe things will go back to normal after. Would you rather travel the world for a year on a short string budget or stay in only one country for a year but live in luxury? Live in luxury. Ooh, 19% says they'd rather travel the world for a year on a short string budget. 81% says they'd rather stay in only one country for a year but live in luxury. Well, that's good. Being on a budget sucks. I mean, it like legit sucks. You should be living in luxury if you were to live in one country. Would you rather have a college named after you or have a sports stadium named after you? I guess a stadium, apparently. Wow. 39% says they'd rather have a college named after them, and 61% says they'd rather have a sports stadium named after them. Travis Harper Stadium? I don't know if I believe or I doubt it. Or Travis Harper Community College, or Travis L. Harper Community College, or Travis L. Harper Stadium. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe in my honor, I guess. Would you rather be a meter taller or a meter shorter? I guess a meter taller. Oh, 77% state rather be a meter taller, and 23% says they'd rather be a meter shorter. Okay, so at my height, I'm like 5 foot 10 or 11. Maybe when I'm like 25, 26, or maybe 30, maybe I'll be like 6 foot or 6 foot 1 or something. And when you're shorter, you're probably like 4 foot 3 or 4 foot 9. Somewhere in between. Would you rather only use a Mac or only use Windows PC? Windows PC. Oh wow, 55% says they'd rather only use a Mac, and 45% says they'd rather only use Windows PC. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with owning Windows PC? We've had Windows PC for a decade and a half. So, and by Mac, I guess probably you use a MacBook or something? I freaking don't know. Anyway, it's 1:30. It's now time for the top 5 choices. Well, we'll start with number 5. Would you rather fight Mike Tyson? Would you rather fight Mike Tyson or talk like Mike Tyson? Talk like him. 44% says they'd rather fight Mike Tyson. 56% says they'd rather talk like Mike Tyson. Yeah, if you fight, if you go a round or two against Mike Tyson, you'll never survive. And well, if you want to talk like Mike Tyson, you need to put toughness in your voice and puff your chest out more. Yeah, that would be a much better idea if you talk like him. Number 4. Would you rather own an iPhone or a Samsung phone? Samsung phone. Wow, 85% says they'd rather own an iPhone, and 15% says they'd rather own a Samsung one. Well, not going to lie, but back on September 30th, 2022, I almost thought I was going to get an iPhone. I almost thought so. But no, I got this Moto G. So, I might have took a wrong guess. the iPhone was for my stepbrother. And I've owned many Samsung phones over the past 5 years, 4.5 years. Once owned a Galaxy J3, lost it, and I owned a Samsung Galaxy S6, the phone that my mother used to own, stolen, and then I switched over to T-Mobile. So I owned like two Samsung phones for within the past 3.5 years. I guess that makes sense. Okay, number 3. Would you rather have a freakishly huge smile or freakishly small nose? Ugh, the nose. Wow, 60% says they'd rather have a freakishly huge smile, and 40% says they rather have a freakishly small nose. Ugh. I cannot imagine having a freakishly huge smile from ear to ear. Ugh. It would be creepy. But having a small nose, you won't be able to smell the entire outside world with a freakishly small nose, apparently. Alright, number 2. Would you rather be eaten by a zombie or be burnt at a stake? Or burnt at the stake? Burnt at the stake. Ooh, it's a tie. It's half and half. 50% says they'd rather be eaten by a zombie, and 50% says they'd rather be burnt at the stake. That that would be well, if you're burnt at the stake, you're probably burning your entire body. I think we all know what happens when you get eaten by a zombie. They eat your brains, you die, you reanimate into a zombie. Straight facts. And I think we all know what time it is. It's now time for the number 1 choice. And what exactly could that be? Oh. Why would you put that there? At least I have the back arrow button. Screw the X. And now I have rapid notifications. Number 1. Would you... Hi, Corey. Would you rather experience a constant pain or experience a constant itch? Constant pain or a constant itch? I've already dealt with constant pain when it came to my ex, but well, then I'll go with the constant itch. 42% says they'd rather experience a constant pain, and 58% says they'd rather experience a constant itch. The reason I said I dealt with a constant pain when it came to my ex, that means she's been making me jealous and using my emotions against me. And 58%, and a constant itch, I guess it counts as an embarrassing itch that you can't scratch in public. Yeah, I think that's putting it that way. Alright. That's it for the new Would You Rather. To be honestly, it was a little bit cringy from start to finish. Well, it was cringy at the start and it got a bit cringy at the end. So yeah, there you go. All right then. Um, I don't know if there's any reaction videos, but if so, stay tuned. And stay tuned for a Gacha Resort Do-Over video later tonight. And this time I will be on time. So for now, have a great rest of your Tuesday. Goodbye.